Right, okay then. We are on Combat Patrol Premium Set 2, which is our Eldari and Chaos Premium Set. So, quite excited for this one because within this are one model that I really want, which is the Demon Prince, and other models, the Howling Banshees, that I'm actually excited to paint because basically I'm going to effectively follow the guide to paint these because I like the colour of them that is advised for Howling Banshees. So I'm going to dive in and have a good look at this. Now I know that you want to see the models, but I'm not going to do that right away because I want us to first just have a quick flick through the magazine and see what's in here. One thing I didn't like about Stormbringer is the premium kit magazines always felt a bit light, to be quite honest. You had the build, you had the paint, and that was it really. And it looks very much the similar in this, with what I'm hoping is a little battle at the back somewhere, but we'll see when we go into it. So, we have how to build our Howling Banshees. Now, they're a really interesting type of Eldari. They're an aspect warrior, so they've gone down the path of the Howling Banshee. You can see that they're very hand-to-hand oriented. They have, swords. They do have pistols, but they really are, one of the hand-to-hand part of the Eldari. Now, I've actually built my Guardians as the Storm Guardians. So actually, my craft world is heavily geared towards hand-to-hand combat, and if I expand my craft world at any point, I'm going to actually maintain a very hand-to-hand combat ethos with them. So I'm glad that I've got the Howling Banshees that I can really get together a hand-to-hand faction. Now there appears to be these five. I'm wondering what this little thing is here, some kind of scroll of some kind. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Icon of Morai Heg. Like both the martial skills of Cain and the terrifying cunning of Morai Heg. I find that very interesting. I mean, Cain is a well-known god, even in Warhammer Fantasy and Age of Sigmar. It's the traditional elven god of war. Interesting, Morai Heg. It's so interesting that name sounds so much like I can't remember how to say it exactly, but the name of one of the what's it called now? Like one of the, not the gods, but like a major character. So that's actually quite interesting as well. The idea that they're fallen gods because a lot of the Eldari gods have been either killed or imprisoned or just not powerful anymore. Okay, so how to build our Howling Banshees is quite cool. Now, the next thing is building the Demon Prince. So the Demon Prince has a lot of variety to it. It's also quite a complex kit to build. I mean, there's a lot going on here. I am definitely going to build it with this here, this actual Space Marine backpack, because I want him to look the part. I want him to look like he belongs with the Space Marines. I still think it's worth kind of mentioning, though, that you can build it with wings. And that's also perfectly acceptable for Warhammer 40k. You wouldn't normally see this if you were building it for, I'll remember now, Age of Sigmar, because this doesn't really work. You would build it with the wings. But I like the fact that you've got some options. We've also got head options if we feel like we want to go a different route with the head, which is also good. In fact, that's something that we'll have a look at the moment, the kind of the options that you have on the Daemon print. I want to actually see how big this is as well. The old Daemon print model, I think, was only really as big as the Hellbrute, so I hope it's this big, to put it simply. I want it to be a big beast of Daemon prints. We shall see when it's built, because I've not built this Daemon print yet. I really want to see how good it is. Now, we've got some nice how to paint guides. And I think, as much as to my mind, I want to stick to the paints that come as part of Combat Patrol. I think if I look through here, I have most of these paints available to me right now to go through this guide. And the ones I don't, I've got something that can be used as an alternative, although to be quite honest, out of all of the paints that are shown here, there's only, I think, 2 that I don't have for this, and that is, let me check here, yeah, that is the Caliban Green, but I do have a version of that in a contrast paint, and the Colia green shade I don't have, but again I do have a green shade that I could use as an alternative. So actually it's fully possible for me to paint these already, and I might just do that so I can get them out of the way. Okay, as for the Daemon Prince is going to be painted in the style of the Crimson Heralds, so again that's a bit of a job to do, and I don't quite have all the paints that I want to use for the Crimson Herald, but I could probably get the first major layers down by the look of it. I'm going to have to decide what skin tone to do. The thing about Daemon Princes is any skin tone that you want to do is perfectly okay. However, what I would say is you want your skin tone of your Daemon prints to match the skin tone of your Daemon engines. You want them to kind of gel together. So whatever colour you choose for the skin, try and copy that across to all of your demonic engines so that they match. So your Hellbrute, anything you get like possessed, any obliterators in the future, anything that basically is a demon engine, make it match the skin tone. Now again, I think, like, even though I'm doing my own version, my own colour scheme, I've got most of these paints as well, to be quite honest, if I did wanted to do the Black Legion. Okay, nice little bit of information about the Daemon Prince, obviously. Too bad they haven't given us like a proper data card for them. That would have been nice. Instead we've got these. I personally feel these premium sets should have card, my brain's just gone to sleep. Proper data cards, cardboard data cards. You're paying for the premium kit, just give us that little bit of cardboard. Good that it's got data sheets for just a normal Daemon print and a World Eater Daemon print. Now remember, we're getting World Eaters with this collection. Now my World Eaters aren't going to be World Eaters, mine are going to be Crimson Heralds, but just of Khorne. So my Daemon print is going to be a generic Daemon print. As for the Howling Banshees, again, they look actually like quite an easy paint, which I'm happy with, to be quite honest. I could do with an easy paint job. There's only one basic data sheet with these. There's only one way, to my knowledge, to build the Howling Banshees. I could be wrong, but it's worth looking into. And it looks like a bit of a battle between the Howling Banshees. Yet the Eldari and the Chaos Space Marines as part of this, which should be a fun little battle to take care of. So, the downside of this issue is I just feel that they should have included cardboard data sheets. It just kind of annoys me that they don't, though, with the premium kits. Right, let's have a look at the models. So, I'm going to start off with the Howling Banshees. So, I've never seen plastic Howling Banshees. I've never actually got hold of them before now, so it's a good thing because then I can actually put something together I've never really done before. Having a good look at them, they look like they go together like any other Eldari troops. They seem to have, quite nice details. These are from 2019, so you know that they're a newer, more modern and up-to-date kit. They've got quite a lot of head options by the look of it. I think we only get 5 of these, don't we? I think you can only build 5 of them. So there's quite a lot of face options there, which is, a positive thing. Just having a quick look, because I'm looking at these little short heads that with the head, and then you've got this long hair that goes on them. But on top of that, you've also got like these very tall conical heads as well. And what I'm trying to work... Oh, I see. Right, so you've got the choice of helmeted heads or open-faced. Oh, I love the fact that you've got these open-faced Eldari here. Just purely because they would be really cool for some kit bashing in the future onto a different kit, if nothing else. I'm going to make my life easy and go for the closed helmets on these. But it is nice to see that you've got the open-faced version as well. We also seem to have a weapon option for our leader. So again, it looks like we've got little options for our leader to have a spear weapon rather than just swords. But other than that, there's pretty much just, pistol and sword as part of their combination. So this should be a good little build. And as I said, we do seem to have head options, which is good, because if you wanted to go open-faced, it's just something you can do. Now, I have to admit, the one that's really interesting me and the thing that I'm really, want to see and want to put together is our Demon Prince. And the Demon Prince is, well, no doubt about it, there's a lot going on this. First and foremost, let's hit the basics. Look at that. If you want to use wings, you've got these huge, gorgeous wings as something you can put on your Demon Prince. Wings look amazing on miniatures, there's no doubt about it, but I really want to hammer it home that this is a corrupted Chaos Space Marine, not just a random Demon Prince. Demon Princes don't have to be Chaos Space Marines, they can be anything. So if you're really trying to show that yours is a Chaos Space Marine Demon Prince, the backpack, the power plant, the corrupted power plant is the right way to go. Now, you can, however, you can go for the classic Space Marine shoulder guards if you want to. I wouldn't be surprised if there's alternative shoulder guards on here. So we've got shoulder guard. Don't know if that's a shoulder guard, but it looks like it. There seems to be quite a lot of heads as well. And in particular on the heads, I'm even willing to go as far as to say that they are how do I put this? Geared towards a particular faction. That one looks very Slaneshi to me. Which wouldn't surprise me if there is some heads that are more Khorne, some potentially that are more Nurgle. There's one here that looks like it potentially is Nurgle. Those two combined might form a head. Different types of horns depending on how you want to go. Do you know what I'm feeling a bit? I can't see it here. It would have been nice. I was kind of hoping that there would be a head here that looks like a bit like a bird. I always like the idea of having a Demon Prince of Sneech with a like a beak, basically. That looks like it might be a Sneech head, because yeah, it does actually. It's got a little beak on it. Cool. It's only tiny, but there is definitely a beak on that. That's what it looks like. So it looks like we've actually can build this geared towards one particular god. Now, my Crimson Heralds are Chaos Undivided and can have any mark of chaos. So I might make it more towards Sneech, but still try and go for a Chaos Undivided approach. Looking at it straight away, this looks bigger than the old Demon Prince model. I don't think it's that much bigger. So I don't think if I got an old Demon Prince model and put it next to it, there would be a massive difference. So it doesn't. I'm going to guess that it's probably about the size of a Contemptor Dreadnought. But I won't know until I've put it together, because I've kind of had that in my head in the past. Like, I thought the Hellbrute might be the size of a Contemptor Dreadnought, and the thing is tiny compared to it. I'm really hoping that this is at least as big as a Contemptor Dreadnought to give it a bit of presence on the battlefield. Right, so overall though, you know, this is a nice premium kit. The Howling Banshees are a lovely addition to the Eldari. The fact that there's only 5 of them is a bit. Is there only? Do you know what? I think I need to correct myself there. Is there only 5 of them? I can't tell, to be quite honest, because there is so many bits. As I said, it doesn't actually say. Let me just check, because I'm kind of like that going. So an Exarch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, well, according to that, it's a count of 5. Which is weird, because there's so many heads on this thing, it just doesn't make sense. So I don't know. I'll have a see. I just feel that, you know, I would hope for 10, but it does look 5 to me. There are quite a lot of head options though, which I'm finding quite intriguing. I mean, what's going on with this head here? I don't. It's like got pigtails flowing off it. That's quite weird, actually. Right. Definitely the Demon Prince has far more value than the Howling Banshees, in a sense that although it's only one model, your choices that you've got and the spare parts that you'll get from it from the future for kit bashing and converting is quite cool. Okay, so yeah, premium set 2, yeah, I like it. Is it better than premium set 1? I'm not sure about that, because premium set 1, and I'll just bring it in just to prove this, that was premium set 1, the Brutalis Dreadnought and the Winged Hive Tyrant, if you wanted to build it that way. So I think premium set 1 was better value personally. But overall, it's not a bad kit. But I think they could have added another set of Howling Banshees. That's what I would have preferred. Alright then, so there we go. That's our premium set 2. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you for the next video.